Welcome back to the show. You know I am. You know what we doing. I'd like to welcome you guys back to another episode of Dear Somebody. And you thought it wasn't gonna happen. I've been there. We're gonna get to how old I am at this internet shit. Trust me, we are. But yeah, you thought yeah. I hope there's a lesson that all you rookies learn from this. I don't know if it's the eggs in one basket metaphor or the protect your own neck joint or anything other than the loss you have probably taken to your substantial way of life because of the Chinese and America and Uncle Donald and all of the things that go with that because yeah, you thought it was just TikTok. Nah, you try to play some Marvel Snap, my nigga. Mm-mm. All that lemonade thing you thought where you were finna run to? Nah. Oh, you thought you was finna edit something in CapCut? No, no, no. Nah, son. A lot of people last night have had their livelihood affected in a way that has never been affected before in your career. So, here's the part where I put an age on this. Would you, fair viewer, like to know how long Uncle Triple has been putting things on the internet? Since 1997. Do you hear that? I have been producing content for what you know as the internet since most of you niggas been alive. So I've taken an L or two when it comes to the re up and the restabilization of something. Now, this is not saying that Uncle Donald ain't gonna come through, shake hands with the homies and dap it out, and you'll be back on TikTok like you were before, dancing around like street monkeys. No one said that. What I am saying is, I feel for you because I've been there. The channel where you are watching this episode of Dear Somebody has documented my many L's, including the whole year I just previously had, and given all of that, it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be okay. But again, the takeaway here is that you gotta be ready to shift your focus, get back in the game, and keep pushing forward. Again, we don't know what's gonna happen after Uncle Donald put his hand on the Bible and start talking. We don't know that. Like hell, the error message said, "Yo, we hoping Uncle Donald come through, man, put in the work because we love to continue spying on you, you know, the Chinese." But hey, we don't know that. However, this is the part that I need the street to listen to. There's a possibility that because of how the government works, you may never see a TikTok or a CapCut again, and you need to steel yourself for that reality. Because as someone who has taken a loss because I was literally paying for CapCut because before the whole switch over to 20, we're not gonna talk about that. That's a whole nother episode of Dear Somebody. uh, that was a powerful tool, and it was because of that when I came back after my hiatus, after I got all my stuff together, it was a great tool that that again I have TikTok to thank for me getting back in the business of producing content where you watching this right now, because this gonna always be home. Man, so I've been over here since 2007 putting in the work. Remember that whole I made my first web page in 1997 in seventh grade because I'm putting an age on this shit. And I uploaded my first YouTube video in 2007. I've been at this a while. I've had a couple of YouTube channels. I've had other things that have been lost and found and back and forth, but it's gonna be okay. But the question is that where, when, how, why, we're not sure. Well, I know before TikTok shut down the way that it did for the America KKK, people went to red note or whatever that is, and trying to be refugees and trying to keep their followings and things like that, which is the proper way to handle it, what you're supposed to do, yes. But you don't know how long those things are going to be stable. I'm like, here's a random thing I just thought about. Random thing. A long time ago in the yesteryear, not completely old age, but in the yesteryear, when YouTube was the YouTube before YouTube before YouTube, I would say what? We in 2024? I'd say about 4 YouTubes ago, right before this became a platform where people can get money. We was in that phase of Google just took that massive L, which means that thing you used to be able to do, you can't do that no more. That's just not a thing you're gonna be able to do. So don't. And people was getting their stuff yanked and all of that kind of crazy stuff, and it was kind of like the mass hysteria that's going on right now. And I've seen that, and it's like you learn, you evolve, and you grow. Even giving that another example, when it comes to me personally, one mistake that I made, and I'm willing to sit up here and share that. There was a moment in time, maybe that would have been 3 YouTubes ago, leading into 2 YouTubes ago, where a lot of people in the same sphere that I was in was on a Louis Fiasco, on a dumb it down because of what they were trying to do. And at the time, I looked at it as is that I'm not finna dumb my down. I'm finna do me. And I will admit right now, because I'm trying to help you, I did that to my own detriment. Because again, I'm not gonna cite examples, and I'm not gonna name names because it wouldn't help you. But just know this: those people and entities decided to, again, I call it dumb it down. They were becoming, what's the professional word we looking for here? Advertiser friendly. Yeah, I like that word. Advertiser friendly. And for a lot of them, it worked out. Whether it was don't cuss so much, whether it's what's the name of what it is you're providing and things like that. And ultimately, after the dumbing it down and, the arc you got on it when it came, and then you were able to go back to somewhat normalcy because it wasn't even the bottom fell out. It's just that people realized, why the fuck were we giving a shit about that anyway again? And I'm like, hey. But I'm still standing here, and I learned from that. But I really think when I sit up here and think about 2, 3 YouTubes ago, I really don't even think I was even in a damn position to become advertiser friendly or dumb my shit down, because at that point I was still Rex Soprano. I still did Diary of a Game Lord, so it wasn't a lot I could really do with that, because that's why I called it DOAGH, but it still was what it was. But because again, I chose that stuff because I was trying to be edgy and trying to sit up here and trying to be unique, and it was unique at a cost. There were a lot of things I did 3, 4 YouTubes ago that were at a cost, when the answer was maybe 4 YouTubes ago. I look at myself now like, nigga, that wasn't none of your business in the first place. You were in your feelings. Shut the fuck up. And I'm like, yeah, you right, me. I should have just kept my mouth shut, because had I kept my mouth shut and stayed up out that business, this is probably not a conversation we're having right now. But I'm glad we're having it, because now Estoniano's a history, blah, 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 whatever. But what does all of me waxing nostalgic about 3, 4, 2 YouTubes ago do for you, TikTok refugee, and you may not be a refugee for long depending on how this goes? You need to literally take this moment to readjust, to refocus, focus up. Hell, I'm taking some buzzword, focus up. Because what you do from this point forward will determine your immediate next and your future next. So have that fear because fear lets you know you're alive, that you're thinking about it, that you're considering it, that you're dichotomizing it. Move. Move swiftly, move quickly, more importantly, move with a purpose. How about that? I'm glad I was able to get this off my chest because I've been going back and forth about whether or not, but somebody needs to hear this. And again, to all my TikTok refugees, I'm sorry. I hope you have found proper places to land as you're able to get your following to come to wherever you are and continue doing you because I got to learn a lot of interesting things about my world by watching the Chinese Spy app. So you do what you can. Here's hoping Uncle Donald can restore the peace. But again, as I said earlier, because of how the government works, it's not going to be as easy as you think it is. So you might want to dig in for the long haul kitties and be ready to make those adjustments. Be unapologetic about those adjustments and keep doing you. Yep, this is the longest episode of Dear Somebody I've done, but it's a good episode, an educational episode. I was able to sit up here and let you know that I've been in this shit since 9/7. Like, that's a crazy thing to think about. Made my first web page when I was 11. You hear what I'm saying? So, I've been creating content for just a little bit, so I know what it's like. Shout out to Link Central for the one time. I wonder if I could find the diskettes with all that HTML on it. Should be fun. I know I probably got it in the stash somewhere. Just got to locate it and find it. Regardless of that, look, we have got more show for all of you, so we just ask you to politely to sit back, relax, and stay tuned. You know I'm here, the one and only triple the G.O.D, live right here on Team G.O. Ref TV on YouTube. My first home of many homes. I got summer homes all over the place, but we do our dirt right here. Again, one time for the TikTok, if you don't never come back. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to get my creative juices flowing, to do some dumb, funny stuff that I'm hopefully going to be able to bring more over here to where I do my dirt and stuff like that. So it is what it is. Because to quote a great man, that be me, of course, we stay winning, never losing round here. Shout out to my main man, Mr. W. You know what it is. The Sending God Winning Ministries, man. We delivering you niggas from taking these motherfucking L's, okay? Look, we have got plenty of more show for all of you. And we got it right after these commercial messages. One more time for the people in the back. Uncle Donald might not be able to pull off the miracle. Readjust, re-up, refocus, get back to work. Bang. More show after these.